Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Andrew G, and welcome to episode 46 of my podcast, The Public Affair. We're almost to 50. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're almost to 50, and I'm like going crazy over here. Thank you guys so much again for all your love and support. Thank you guys again for supporting the podcast, The Public Affair. I love you all so much, and of course, big shout out to Rogue Media Network with my boy Mike Hamilton, and of course, Aaron out there doing all my editing and everything, making the show look all cute and stuff, and the lighting fixture. I'm a whole production now, okay? Before we get started with this very special episode, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. He's a family-owned local paint company that specializes in residential homes, both interior and exterior. He offers the best quality guaranteed, so if you need your home painted, of course you're going to call Juan Arjon with Arjon Painting. Thank you so much, Juan, for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to B&J Refinishing with Frank Baiza. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. And of course, we all know that Frank is a big business mogul because he doesn't stop there. He also has Cotown Tint, which is a mobile tint and detailing business that offers the best high quality film and products and will be all competitor prices. Frank is definitely one of the best. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal. He focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. He definitely built me like a car from the ground up, and we just got auto start, which I cannot wait to get installed. I keep saying that, but we already set a date. We're going to do it. Jeffrey, thank you so much. And today's actually his birthday as of this recording, so happy birthday to you, Jeffrey. Of course, to Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, and Santos Cordova over there making you look all hot. They've all cut my hair before. That's why I always look so fly and sexy all the time. I love me some Sid. Thank you so much to Elite Barbershop for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to David Santabana is with Alinea Real Estate. David's the #1 sales agent in his office. So help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. I love me some David. To Dollhouse Aesthetics and Beauty with my girl Kaylin Flores, who was on my last episode. Kaylin and the girls offer a full-service salon with body contouring, lashes, eyebrows, makeup, hair, and more. It's truly a premier beauty salon. Make sure you call the number on the screen or follow them on social media for more info. Kaylin, thank you so much. Of course, to Marcos Cordero with Midway Nutrition located on Hewitt Drive. He focuses on selling meal replacement shakes with tons of different flavors, healthier meal replacements in case that's what you guys are looking for. He also has Waco Nutrition and Energy on Spate. I go there almost every morning and get me a Honey Nut Cheerio protein shake because it's delicious. I love me some Midway Nutrition. Thank you, Marcos Cordero, for sponsoring this episode. And of course, I can't go on without thanking Joe Olvera at Four Brothers Construction, who just gave me this really cute hat. I look mad fly on Facebook. I love you, Joe. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, renovations, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. You make sure you call the number on the screen with Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. More to come later. All right, guys, I'm really excited about this episode. This guy is a really big name in the community that I've seen and heard so many times. Here to talk about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the importance of supporting local businesses. I want to definitely welcome my friend Alfred Solano on the show. How you doing today?
Andrew, doing great. Hey man, I cannot match your level of energy though. Okay, so you're gonna carry the. You're gonna carry the.
Before this, I was very zen, right?
Yeah,
like
man.
Nobody ever believes that. I get nervous before every recording. Like I get the shits, everything, and then we just start and it's nothing.
Clearly, it's working for you. Keep it up.
And you know what? I want to give a shout out real quick to Lalo's Coffee and Pastry over there on Concord. We got our coffee today. That's what Alfred wanted, yes, and I've been trying to get this guy on the show as well. I love me some Lalo's coffee. I'm a big coffee whore now. Like, ever since I cut back on the alcohol, I do coffee. I'm coffee. I love coffee. I don't like black-ass coffee, but I like coffee with lots of cream. You know what I mean? How do you like your coffee? This is an Americano. I've never had it before, but it's very strong.
I love coffee. I drink coffee all the time. If there's coffee around, I'm drinking it. But right now, you got me an Americano, which is just plain. You know,
No, I love my coffee like my men, just nice and strong and dark and caramel. Yeah. Alfred, thank you so much. And the reason why let me tell you guys why I like Alfred before we start this episode, because Alfred, obviously, we're part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We're going to talk about your role there later. You don't have a stick up your ass, and that's what I like about you. You know what I mean? Because you're a very important business guy, you know, and most of them always have a stick up their ass. And I'm just like, oh, you can't, like, they don't want to joke, no nothing. And when I met Alfred for the first time, he was just jokes, this and that, cursing, pussy, this. I was like, yeah, I'm in like Flynn. I love it. I want him on my show. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Like, you can't be just serious all the time. You know what I mean? I get there's a time for professionalism. Yeah. And the public affair, we are not professionals.
Well, you are professional. What you're doing is important. How you're doing is great. And you know, there's so much. Everybody's got a different way.
Okay.
Everybody's got a way. And we can have fun.
Yeah.
If it's not, I say, if it's not fun, I don't want to be part of it.
But thank you. Exactly. If it's like going to be boring and lame, I'm going to stay home because I can be boring and lame in my house. I definitely want to give a shout out also to Mr. Jonathan Olvera, who is part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
He's a
local
chair.
realtor. Yeah, he's your first chair?
Vice chair, yeah.
Oh, you're vice chair.
He'll be our chairman next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jonathan actually sponsored for me to be in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, so I'm really grateful for that. And he was supposed to be here with us today, but Jonathan had important work to do because something came up that was important, more important than being on the public affair. I hope you guys enjoyed your house. No, I love Jonathan. He's a really great guy. We've only met in person one time at Elite Barbershop, from what I remember. Jonathan, if it's been more than that, I'm really sorry. But very great guy. He called me. He watches the show, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to get you a part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm gonna sponsor you." I was like, "Great, cool. I don't know what we do, but what's up?" Asked me to MC an event. I'm in, like, you know, whatever exposure for him. So big shout out to him. I'm sorry that he couldn't be here today, but okay. But he's doing important work anyway. So
taking care of his family.
Yes.
Earning money.
I'm sure taking care of your family is more important than being on the public affair. You know, I don't have kids or anything, so this is what's more important to me. Okay,
I wouldn't say more important.
No, but I'm sure the kids and the wife are great.
Yeah.
Jonathan, okay, but no, I'm just giving him shit. I love Jonathan, and shout out to his family and the people who are, anyway. So, Alfred, for anybody who might not know you, they're crazy if they don't, why don't you explain to us who you are? Why don't you talk to us about your life growing up and such like that?
All right, man.
Introduce yourself, basically.
So, I grew up here in Waco.
Okay.
Born in Dallas, but I have a brother who's less than a year younger than I, and he was born here. So
what does that mean, less than a year? Like
10 days less than a year.
Really?
So, yeah, I was born June 23rd. He was born June 13th.
Wow, your parents are busy, huh?
They were, they were in a rhythm.
There was nothing to do in the 60s. So, yeah. They didn't have Facebook.
In the 60s, like 62. So grew up here, went to parochial school, St. Mary's right down the street from where we are today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then Riker and
Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually started out at St. Francis in the daycare.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm in the nursery. Yeah. So that was our, so all Catholic upgrowing.
Right.
Spent a lot of time in the St. Francis and just went to TSTC after I graduated from high school. I loved electronics. I loved taking stuff apart and putting it back together and hoping it worked. And hey.
Yeah, you and my producer, we were having a little bit of camera issues, and they were just talking all these robotics and this and that. I was trying to order my J pedal, which I did not have time for. Shout out to J pedal, local business, right? Business, yeah. And so I wanted to get it before we do this or after we do this, and I was like, we don't have time. They fixed it. Damn it. They got together and used like their powers. And So you went to Catholic school.
Yep.
What's the difference between going to Catholic school and public school? Like, I don't understand.
I have no idea. I didn't go to public school.
You guys still did the same bullshit, right? I'm sure. Okay.
But we prayed. We had church.
Oh, yeah. That's what we don't do in public school. We don't pray, which is why we all get pregnant when we're 15.
Well,
and so, except me, I didn't get pregnant. So I didn't even. Anyway, okay. So I want to talk a little bit about how you and I met. So I was working when I met you because we came to your place.
Yeah.
And I don't work there anymore. And so, but that's how we met. And again, when I met you, I met a very lively person. I met very just. Again, you didn't have a stick up your ass. You were just very lucid. You know what I mean? I was like, I like this guy. He's cool. You know what I mean? We talked about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
It's probably you though. You're easy to talk to. You're one of those guys that's just looking to have fun.
But that's it. And that's what I was talking about before we started recording with my producers. As like, I'm just the type of person that when you ask me a question, I'm just gonna answer it. We all have skeletons in our closet. Sure. You know what I mean? And I like exposing my skeletons because I think they're funny. You know what I mean?
That's why some people have closets.
Yeah,
so.
right. Well, and I spent a lot of time in the closet, and so now I'm ready to come out. You know what I mean?
Do it. You be you.
Yeah, and so I kind of want to talk to you about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So again, that's where I met you. What is the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce?
Man, thanks for asking. So the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we have 10 chambers of commerce in McLennan County.
Okay.
So a lot of people know the Greater Waco Chamber, African American Chamber, Hewitt Chamber.
Okay.
So they're all, there's a saying in the chamber world, if you've seen one chamber, you've seen one chamber.
Oh, really?
We all do things differently. You know, the focus of a chamber of commerce is economic development,
right?
Which means any number of things. When I started with the chamber, I was on the board 15 years ago. It was about job fairs and finding people jobs and being part of that and supporting businesses as they look for employees and people who were getting in the workforce to find opportunities for them.
Yeah.
But today, so a chamber of commerce is open to our chamber of commerce, and I think all of them are open to everyone.
Yeah.
We're an ethnically named chamber. It's the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
45 years ago, just over 45 years ago when it was formed, there were there weren't as many opportunities.
Right.
And so collectively, some folks got together and said, hey, look, maybe if we get, show of force, I guess the way of saying it, that we can get recognized. And it did. It worked well. So been around for a long time. We have a long history. Obviously we can share our culture, be that we are.
We can speak Spanish.
Speaking Spanish. But I don't speak Spanish.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Entienden, pero no hablan muy bien.
No, okay. Yo quiero un episodio cuando hablo español todo el episodio. Like, I just speak Spanish the whole time.
The other day.
If I said that right. Like.
The other day I was on an interview with Tom Gutierrez. He's a pastor of Viente Fuerte. He asked me to be on the program. I said, I don't speak Spanish. He goes, okay, that's no problem. I get there and he starts, it's all Spanish. And he says, I said, I was
we talked about this.
So he spoke Spanish and I answered in English and he interpreted.
Right. Okay. So. You were talking about if you've seen one one chamber of commerce, you've only seen that one.
Right.
Do you think that the names make it sound divisive, or divisive? Like, so because we're the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, do you think that people think it's only for Hispanics and that the Hewitt Chamber of Commerce is only for white people? Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I tell you that both of those are untrue. So the Hewitt Chamber, but the Hewitt Chamber, you think people live in Hewitt, right?
Yeah.
Or work in Hewitt.
I think of white people because it's.
I live in Hewitt, so,
me too.
70.
And we're not white. Okay,
I think nearly 70% of Hewitt's membership is not from Hewitt.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, your point, your question is, do people think Hispanic Chamber is only for Hispanics?
Right.
Absolutely. I was talking to, and it's really annoying that I don't do better at that. So thank me sitting here and being able to say we're open to everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
It is about commerce. It's about business. It's about making vision.
Right.
It's about making this community as great as it's supposed to be.
Right.
If everyone's involved, it's better. If we have this puzzle that's missing some pieces, it's not really a complete puzzle. And there are a lot of pieces and parts and people on the sideline that aren't participating. So our role is to be that when I walked in the door, so I'll shorten the story, but when my daughter graduated from college, that was the biggest raise I ever got. Right?
You don't look a day over 20. What are you talking about?
Whatever. Yeah. I should be buying you coffees. Right?
Okay. Stop this before Rachel kicks my ass, please.
Yeah.
She's a bodybuilder. Okay.
She's awesome. Yeah,
I love Rachel.
She's not a fighter though.
Just shout out to Rachel real quick. She's smoking hot. Like she really is. And I'm not into chicks, but your wife. When I saw your wife for the first time on social media, I was like, who is that? Yeah. He definitely paid her. But no,
every day.
Okay. She's great. She's super. Rachel, if you're watching this, you're super hot. Like she's very, very gorgeous, and she's a bodybuilder, right?
Yeah, she's a bodybuilder, chef. She does. You're right. Yes.
I was gonna ask you to bring her because Jonathan canceled, but I didn't know if it was like too last minute. You know what I mean? I don't know if she's a stay-at-home mom.
She works.
She works. Okay, yeah. So she's booked and busy. Yeah, she got time for this.
She's busy, and then she's got a gym, and she's very regimented about it. She's entering a competition here, or a couple of them. She was trying to get a pro card, and she's a bodybuilder. So she's very busy. But so everyone's welcome at the chamber.
Right.
We have a focus on local businesses.
Okay.
And so we have if you're not familiar with chambers, they operate. They have a board of. I work in the office. We have 2 staff employees at present, and then we have a board of directors that sort of oversees, has responsibilities for the organization, make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and and we have membership. So financially, we have support from the City of Waco supports, and other people sponsor, and then paid member dues that help further the effort.
Okay.
The purpose, there are 3 things we're doing right now. One is we're on LaSalle. We're at 915 LaSalle. And that area is a beautiful street. I mean, it's a boulevard. And
there's tacos like in every corner.
We hope, right?
It's great. And there's a strip club. Like
that's going away. That's going away. We hope. I mean,
we need to keep it. We
move it.
We need a nice gentleman's club. Listen, I'm part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce now, Alfred. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm gonna make sure we get a nice gentleman's club back on LaSalle that's nicer than Showtime's. Okay? Because I like gentlemen's clubs. I do. I appreciate women's bodies, even though I'm not really into them. But like, I like going to strip clubs and stuff because girls like to talk to me and stuff. I get a lot of attention there. You know what I mean? We talk about like love and hip hop and, you know, not about anything else like in the private room. You know what I mean?
There are a lot of places to talk to people.
Yeah, but not like the gentleman's club where you pay $25 to walk in and get nothing out of it, like me. But no, yeah, we do. We need a nice gentleman's club in Waco. The city's
so LaSalle,
okay.
To get back to the development of LaSalle, having it look
cute,
to be as good, cute, to have unique businesses, to have another corridor in town where people can be.
Yeah,
there's a lot of available land. It's if you look on the other side of LaSalle, there's a lot of property.
Right,
and in the core of the city, there's housing issue. I mean, there's not enough housing now, so it's a perfect place for that.
Right,
easy access from the highway. You know, once the interstate gets finished. So we're focused on that. We have a committee that works on that. One of my board members, Mark Arias, is kind of spearheading that deal. And there's a committee that's focused on making sure that's happening, and we're working toward hiring someone to be a VP Economic Development that work on that. And then the other thing is we have a group called HLN, and I think you're part of it. It's a Hispanic Leaders Network. I've invited you. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I am, I'd love.
You need to be.
So,
So what the purpose of that?
The
purpose, and we host monthly. There are several people that do the work.
Okay.
But we host a kind of a virtual luncheon right now.
Oh, okay.
Every month.
Yeah.
And it just brings someone like Hector's been on, and Dr. Ilya.
Hector Sabito, shout out to Hector.
Hector Sabito,
yes.
and of course Dr. Ileana Newman from Waco Family Medicine.
Okay.
Just and this Friday we're filming in the first week of May. So May 7th there will be new Chief Victorian, police chief.
Oh, yeah, I actually invited her on the show.
Very good.
I emailed her.
She is
just little,
so personal.
Is she?
Yeah. Well, I've only been around a couple of times, but
I emailed her. It was like we had to do it like so formal, so I had to email her the details of the show. She hasn't gotten back to me just yet, but I would love to have her on the show because that'd be cool. Like somebody in law enforcement, you know what I mean? And she's Chief Victorian, or that's her name.
Yeah, okay. She's breaking ground. She's doing things that are, she's the first African American woman or African American.
That's Chief of Police
in Waco, right?
Yeah.
So in Waco, so that's a big deal because so HLN is a Hispanic Leaders Network,
right?
And the purpose is not to exclude anyone, like you said earlier. The Hispanic Chamber is like, oh, if you're not Hispanic, you can't come in.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's the misconception,
right? And we're not a primary Spanish speaking. We want to make sure that we are better at supporting our local Hispanic businesses. According to the latest census in Waco, there are 23% of households speak Spanish at home.
Right.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people that we're not affecting if we're not being a part of that. Okay. So HLN is a leaders network for people who are leaders, looking to be leaders, or who want to mentor folks who are in leadership roles. So, and I think everybody's a leader. I mean, everybody leads something, right?
For the most part.
Right.
Take the lead. Sorry, go ahead. No.
You're good.
Yeah, no.
And there's another.
Y'all didn't know I could sing, huh?
You're good. So there's another thing I want to tell you. I have to say this because there are three things we're working on. So the third thing is a Weibo Latino. It's workshops and business opportunities. It's business training. It's a program that started in Harlem over 50 years ago.
Okay.
And it's a 10-week course. People come in, they say, hey, I'm going to have a business. I'm going to do podcasts and I want to do this. So they go through and say, okay, what's your business plan? How are you, what do you do about insurance? How are you marketing? All those things. So it's been going on for a long time. We're going to do the very first one in Waco. We're hoping, the pandemic put a little delay on it, but before the end of the year, in Spanish. It'll be the very first one in Spanish. So we'll have local Spanish businesses that can be participating in getting further in their business.
Yeah, for sure. Why don't you, Alfred, why don't you explain to us what your particular role in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is? Like, what does Alfred do to make the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce so lit and awesome?
Yeah. So I don't know about the description, but I'm the I serve as the president and CEO, and I use the word serve because it's an honor. I mean, it is. We have membership, we have a board of directors, and I get to be in a position to kind of be part of lots of conversations and make sure that we're involved, number one.
Yes.
Because ultimately what it means, and I think what the founders did, it was because it's representation, right?
Right,
We
right.
talk about apportionment when the census, people being able to, having our number of seats in,
Yeah.
in Congress. Same thing here. We have a community that's made up of X number of people, right?
Yeah.
Percentage of them are X, Hispanic, Latino, all the Asian and Anglo, and the leadership seats in town at whatever level, volunteer, businesses, if they don't look like the community they're serving, then the decisions are being made that don't necessarily represent the opinions of the people.
That's kind of important to think about. I never thought about that. Well, I guess, yes, I have. Yeah.
So my work, I came to the chamber,
Okay.
and immediately was asked to serve. When I walked in the door,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I was home.
Okay.
It felt like where I belonged.
Yes. Very cute building.
It's a cute building, but it's people like you. It's people that I can associate with. They look like me. They joke like me. They talk like me.
Yes.
They have background like I do.
For sure.
And so I was asked to be in leadership. So I said yes, which is my favorite word to say.
Yeah.
And got to start serving on boards all over the place.
Oh, good.
Met tons of people, and was selling copy machines for 36 years. I was in a copier business.
Oh, wow.
Working on or selling copy machines.
How random, copy machines.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know it was a thing. In fact, the office I started at was Curry Office Supply. It was like it was a block from where we are right now.
Right.
And now you can go get drinks, right?
Yeah, right.
So-
Yeah, downtown has grown like so much. It's so crazy to think about how 10 years ago it really wasn't all that.
No.
And now we got businesses like in every corner.
Yeah.
And Pokestops. I kind of we mentioned we didn't get to really talk about this. What was life for you like growing up, Alfred? Do you think that you dealt with a lot of adversities like the people in this side of town do today, or like would you say that it was more like lenient towards you, or like what was life for you growing up like, Alfred?
Man,
Can you relate to the person in maybe South or North or East Waco that is going through struggles, finding a job, or dealing with inequality and stuff like that? Like, would you say that happened to you when you were growing up?
To some extent, you asked what's the difference between a Catholic school and private school, or public school.
Public school. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure my parents spent the money to put us in the parochial school, not only because they're good Catholics,
Right.
that is because they wanted us to have a little more controlled environment.
Okay.
And in the public schools, you get a bad rap for having, but there's a lot of there's just more people,
Right.
And folks who can afford to put their kids in the private. So,
Okay.
so the funds that go to the city to the school district aren't as great because people are taking their students and putting them somewhere else.
Right.
So from an inequality standpoint, there are a lot of ways to view it, right?
Right.
One is you say, damn you for doing that to me, and just start fighting with people. I'm of the opinion, or was of the opinion at the time, and to some extent now, to ignore it. The way I think about it is, if people don't want to be a part of what I'm doing and be a part of me and get to know me, that's their loss.
It's like irrelevant.
It's their loss.
Yeah.
No, it really is. And if they don't want to be around you, that's their loss. They're going to miss out on being a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we have is an opportunity to be great as we are, and to bring other folks that we know, recognize, and bring them into the room and set our own table to make our own conversations. And there are obviously inequities. There are clearly systemic issues that have been around for
a long time.
It's the foundation of, the foundation of this country is, built on human doing work and being, enslaved.
Right. Okay.
So that was a form of money, right?
Yeah.
That was their capital. So that's the way it's been, and it takes a long time to fix it. I don't think there's a person out there anymore. It's a system. So we have to continue to get people in leadership positions that can speak to that and to change those rules and regulations and things, and then we get to the place we need to be.
So do you think that if you did not, because I kind of want to touch into this just a little bit, because so for me personally, like I've talked about this before on the show and several other podcasts that I've been on. I have never, from what I acknowledge, maybe for lack of a better term, have dealt with inequality because of me being me, like Hispanic or gay. Right. And I know that there's a lot of people that have. I always say, I'm not naive to what's really going on, but I've never had opportunity. Thankfully, have never had opportunity or anything taken from me. I don't know if it's just because I'm like this and I'm not really focused on the politics, but a lot of people. I've had some people reach out to me, like when I started at Power 108, like, oh, like there's this gay guy on the radio and that's just so inspiring to me, but I don't know how to be inspiring to them. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm doing that's inspiring you because I'm just being myself. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's what you
And I kind of feel bad because I'm like, well, I can't deal, like I had never dealt with what maybe you were dealing with. I never, like my family didn't disown me. I wasn't like tossed to the side. You know what I mean? Like nobody cared. And so but like I feel bad. So maybe for somebody like you who didn't deal with that type of inequality like the average person in town does, how do you feel like you can relate to that person and inspire them to do better?
Yeah, well,
you know,
it's listening. You listen, and then if there's a place where you can be helpful, be helpful. You know, part of what I can do today and what brings me the most joy is when someone says, hey, do you know a place I could do this? Or do you know someone, or do you know this person? Absolutely. And that's by getting to, I was asked a couple of days or several weeks ago about how do you prioritize meetings? You know, who do you see and who do you not see?
Right.
I see everybody.
Right.
If somebody calls and we can set up a time and maybe extended period of time before we can get on the calendar, but meet with everyone because I already know what I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you know. So the more you meet with folks, the better you understand. Some things aren't a good fit, but sometimes it's like, okay, well, I hear what you're saying. Maybe this would be let me introduce you to this person. So what you can do is listen. People have experiences, and their experiences, and they're valid, and they're not, you know, it's not for me to say what anybody else's experience are. But if there is injustice and inequality and those inequity, which it does exist, we can be helpful by being the best we can be at what we're doing. So my seat it's not really about me. I mean, everything about what we do has to be great.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the best we can do it, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe great is overreaching, right? but be the best we can be because we're doing this for people. People are watching, right? They kind of say, oh, what's a Hispanic chamber? Are they doing their thing right? And I think we do. I think it has done for a very long time, and we just want to be present in more conversation.
You know, I one of the most important things that I learned when I started working at Power 108 and even doing this podcast is how powerful our voices can be in the microphone. And like, you know, being in these types of positions, so like you're president and CEO of Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I run a super lit podcast run by local sponsors called The Public Affair. And so, you know, whether or not we want to be role models to people, that's just what comes with it. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of people, even other podcasts, come up to me and say, wow, like we really are like inspired by what you're doing, and like we want to catch up to you. And you know, I mean, thank you guys for the love. I appreciate it. But you know, but it's like I feel daunting when you kind of think that you're put in that position when you don't want to be, because I started this just to kind of do me. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I want to do this and then have fun with it. And then it ended up being like something a lot more than I thought it would be. And I really reach out to a lot of people. And so do you think that maybe being in your position as a Hispanic leader in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, do you think that it's quite a daunting task to feel like you're an inspiration to people in the community?
Man, so I was talking about board service, okay? And so board service, I was on a lot of boards and invited to be a lot of boards, because I was the only person they knew that was brown. I mean, and that's not a negative reflection on anyone. Right. It's just we live in our own communities, right? You have your family, your friends, you do your thing. You travel. You know, you're not in my house, and we're not. So we're not. You know, we're not always together. So, but that is, we end up sometimes being more than we think we have to be. Right. But just show up, be you. Why you were talking about yourself in this pro? Yeah. It's all you. It's right? Just me. It's just you. No, it's you. The reason this works is because of you. The reason you're good is because of you. It's not. Yeah. And you're you. And the things that people say, well, you represent this community. Yeah. You kind of only represent your life experience,
I always tell everybody I represent myself, but I'm happy to be an inspiration to people that want to come up under me. Now, I'm not no deity over here. I'm not no Beyonce and Jay-Z. But you know, I think as far as the podcast goes, it's very successful thanks to the support of the community, which I want to get into later. And I like to now know that 46 episodes in, and by the time this episode comes out, I'll probably be recording episode 50. You know, I like to think that there's people who watch me and say, I want to do that too. You know what I mean? And like he's this way and nothing stopped him. And I've told my story on this show as well. Like the things that I've dealt with people in my life and such. And people are like, wow, if he can really rise above that, why can't I? You know, as daunting as it can be to think that, oh, wow, you're really an inspiration to these people that don't even know, or you don't know, you know, but at the end of the day, I think it's kind of a blessing. Like, it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? I like being myself and people like it. Like, it's nice, you know?
Well, it's great that you've gotten to where you are and you're doing fantastic. And I
Yeah.
want to, continue to support and be however we
I
can be a
appreciate
part.
it. I know when you guys invited me to be a part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce at the Public Affairs, I was like, they've watched the show. Did they? Like, they watched the show before you guys start throwing money everywhere. No, we don't judge this and that. That was Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan again. I was like, you guys, make sure that Alfred and them watch the show, please, because I know Alfred knew me from my last job, and I was definitely 100 pounds heavier. And so, so I was a little bit more business. And then this, I was like, just make sure they watch the show, please.
Yeah, and losing weight too. That's an inspiration
It's
as well.
so great,
But it's
yeah.
not about, hey man, I want to look the best. You want to be healthy because
Right.
all the things we're talking about. Let's talk about business. Okay, you want to start a business. You want to make money. You want to do things.
Right.
If you got no health, what's the point?
Well,
you can't
yes,
operate.
You're absolutely right. And I used to think that, I'm just gonna eat cheeseburgers, do this and that, blah blah blah. And then when I started, like, you know what it was, Alfred? Like, okay, so I have this shirt that I wore, actually gave it away recently, but in one of my old episodes, I think is when I had DJ Monstar, Jose Garcia, on the show, okay? And one of my friends, she took a picture of it and sent it to me. She's like, wow, the buttons, they were like bursting out the seams. They were begging for life. And I was like, I think at that point, and I was not offended that shout out to my girl Angel, I was not offended that she did that. We laughed, I was like, wow, damn, I'm big, and I love her. But then around that time is when I met up with Soka Soccer Academy, and then I was like, all right, I got to make a change because now I'm on camera, and obviously a lot of people are watching, and I can't be looking like some fat, nasty slob, sweating, drinking before every episode, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I did. Like, losing weight has been one of the most life-changing experiences. I feel great. I feel sexy. Like, today I was sitting on my couch, and I put my legs on top of the center console thing, that I wish somebody was there to take a picture, and they weren't because I did it myself. And then, I just want to shout out too real quick. Before we started recording this, my AC has been broken in my apartment, and they have a new hot maintenance man, and I had to stop and do this. So I hope you guys know this is how much I love you. I wanted to offer him the Gatorade. Did you want me to make you some food? And, show him that I'm a whole snack. And then I had to come do this. So, and then Jonathan canceled. So thanks a lot. Okay. Y'all ain't loyal. That's all it is. Okay? All right. No.
Maybe he'll come change your filter every month.
Yeah, you
right?
better. All right? No, I'm just going to act like the filter's messed up. Like, I think you guys forgot to do this one thing. Slower, Javier. Okay. So, okay. No. Okay.
That's great.
Yeah, I love you. Thank you for coming on the show. Make sure you guys subscribe. Anyway, so you know what? I want to talk about the importance of supporting local businesses. Okay, so a lot of people are starting their own endeavors in town. There's a lot of, like, we got Lalo's Coffee. He has La Azteca, which is everywhere, and I love them. Yeah. And so, why do you think people? I saw this meme on social media. Okay, and it was like, Nicki Minaj could make a song and everybody's buying it. You know what I mean? And she can release a cologne and everybody's buying it. And she makes a shirt, everybody's buying it. But when it's your neighbor doing it, nobody does it. What do you think the gap is between the community supporting their locals? Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
why do you maybe have an opinion as to why people think that they're scared to support their neighbor?
Yeah, I wouldn't say scared. I think what it is we have to make it really easy for people to buy. Why are people buying from Amazon? It's easy. You click a button, there it is, right? So during the pandemic, a lot of restaurants they couldn't serve people inside.
Right.
So the ones that are doing well today have learned how to do takeout.
Right.
They've learned how to partner with someone to have delivery. They've done this. So I don't know that people consciously don't want to support local.
Right.
They just don't think about it. They go, well, what's the easiest way? What's the easiest thing to do?
Right. Well, I don't know, because I'll take Lalo's over Starbucks any day. Do you know what I mean? But then like I'll like.
Yo también.
But I don't know. But there are some bigger chain establishments that I do like more than. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, so like, I try to do the best that I can to support locals because now I have this thing going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to show the community that I'm showing love to them like they're doing for me.
Right.
But I just like I see a lot of local businesses start trashing each other. And I've seen that a lot more than I wanted to on Facebook recently. And where somebody even actually threw my name out there. And I was like, hey, keep me out of it. You know what I mean? I wonder what the competition is like. What do you think?
Well,
like why do people get like that? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have multiple, we have, I don't know, 300 members or so.
Right.
And there are some members that do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to promote all of them the same. We're going
Right.
to say, here's so-and-so. And then sometimes they have specialty. So it's listening and having
Right.
conversation, understand what other people are doing. Because if you lay floor, right? You're doing
Okay.
flooring and someone calls you to do it and you can't do it because you're too busy.
Right.
If you had a relationship with another flooring company that did good work, you could recommend them and you would look good still.
Yeah, for sure.
If you try to keep it to yourself and not share, then you don't look
Keep
as
it
good.
between us.
Yeah.
It's
So,
really yeah.
but the local businesses, and I said, Amazon, make it easy. And who doesn't use Amazon, right?
Oh, girl. What?
Girl.
Guy. Dude. My bad. I use I had Kaylin on the last episode. I use Amazon all the time. You know what I mean?
Offend me, man.
Yeah. I'm glad it doesn't. No, okay, so here's my opinion about why I think some businesses and endeavors fail. I think some people, I'm going to keep it real, y'all. You know how I do on the show. I think some people are lazy. Okay? I think that there's some people who expect everybody else to support them, but they don't support themselves. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah. Like, I want everybody else to do the work for me while I sit back and watch it be done. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Okay. So our chamber, right? So we hold events. We do things, right? Well, we did, right? So we do a banquet. And we're like, oh, we'll get this banquet, and we nobody's bought tickets yet, or da, da, da. Well, in the meantime, we're getting invitations from other chambers and other things, and we're not doing it. Come on, man. We got to do we have to do exact. As I say with us, so our board of directors, right? Nobody would look at our board and say, oh, they're all Hispanic, right? But they're not. Right. We want our board of directors, the leadership of our community, of our organization to look like this community, because we believe the better outcome comes from diverse perspectives. Absolutely. So same thing with being a part of other businesses. I mean, you want that diversity of business. You want people to shine where they shine, right? And you don't have to. It's not about taking away.
Well, I think so too, and I get so not discouraged, but just like disgusted and angry, like when I see these opposing companies battling with each other. Okay, so for instance, like a lot of my sponsors, some of them do the same type of work. Sure. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But when we do the ads, they only want this promoted, and I try to keep it that way that way it's not like conflict of interest or I'm promoting you more, blah blah blah. Yeah. But I always see on social media like these opposing businesses just fighting with each other, and I don't understand like why y'all are doing that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Right. And then you guys want us to take you serious as like a local business, and I don't want to do business with you if that's how you're acting, or if you look like a sore loser, you're making fun of another company that they're trying to make this work, and then you're like ridiculing them. You know what I mean?
And that's a good point. And I think too, and this may be kind of harsh, but I think some businesses that failed during the pandemic, we're going to fail anyway. But and that's shame on us as a chamber, right? Because we need to be more vocal about what we can do and how we can be a part of what folks are doing. Okay. So it's not. People get into business for what, right? Hey, I'm really good at talking on the radio, so I want to get a podcast. Yeah. Okay, but when you get started, you're like, oh, I need a place to do it. Oh, right. I need somebody to edit. Oh, yes. I need equipment.
I had to save a lot of money. Yeah. I had to save a lot because I knew that this was going to cost. Right. Yeah, I knew I wanted to put good quality. Okay. I knew I wanted for it to be professional looking, sounding. I wanted there to be good. I said good quality, and I knew that I was gonna have to spend money, and that's why I think a lot of endeavors fit. I think people are lazy, Alfred. I do, and I'm not saying everybody, because there's some people who are out there doing their thing and they're really like rocking it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I'm very blessed to be sponsored by local companies. They're all local companies. Well,
well, man. So you use the word lazy, and that there's nothing wrong with that word, but except I think that sometimes it's just ignorance, right? People don't understand that. So what I was talking about business, you get in the business to do the podcast, right? But you got to keep your books. Yes. You got to pay taxes. You got to do all the things that are part of being a business. Yeah. You have to, right? Yeah. Because, no, for sure. Yeah. Because that's you didn't do this to fail. Right. But most people don't come in and say, I want to do a podcast, so I want to learn all about QuickBooks. I want to learn. Right. But that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's how we're supposed to help. Yeah. Let's talk about a marketing plan. Let's talk about how what the local resources. We have a free. The Small Business Development Center here at MCC, they will walk you through this. They will talk to you every day if you continue to call. Really? They say they will. Yeah, They would rather not, because they want you to be moving forward. But I talked about businesses failing. We have the resources. Okay. So we're a connection point. Our logo is a bridge, and I think it's the perfect representation of what we are. We bridge from where people are to where they want to be, and we just have to know how to get them, what.
But okay, so you say that you have the resources and such, but do you think that there's some businesses or endeavors that only depend on those resources and don't put the work in themselves, and that's why they fail? You see what I'm saying?
But there are a lot of reasons people fail. Okay. And what you're I'm sure there are examples of what you're saying that exist. Yeah. So, but that's not really what I pay attention to. Oh, okay. Yeah. What we're looking at is, okay, how can we? You do this for everybody, right? Everybody has. You want to give everyone an opportunity. Yes. Everyone that you can. We're not a great fit for everybody. We don't necessarily have certain things that certain people need. But if people will put in the work, I'm going to work as hard as they're working. So what you're saying is right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. If people aren't going to be, if they come and say, I want this, and they don't ever come back with membership or they don't show up when they're supposed to show up. Right. You have to stop.
One of the best advice that I had Ziad Halabi. He used to sponsor with Cedar Sphere Digital Marketing, and he was on the show as well. One of the best advice that he gave me back when I drank and we were at the club, he was like, you have to become obsessed with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, and you can make it. And I did. Every time I post on Facebook anything, I tag the public affair. Yeah. Every time, because I want everybody to know what this is. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for 2.1 thousand followers, by the way. And so, yeah, almost 800 subscribers on YouTube. I'm getting there, almost at 1,000 mark. Wow. And, you know, I think I like to try and, like, this is not an LLC. Like, this is not a business. You know what I mean? Okay. Yet. And so we're working on it. But I try to tell people, like, look, I'm no business mogul here. Like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not going to put the work in to make it successful and you're not going to be as obsessed with it, why do you expect anybody else to be? Right. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. If you don't love it as much as you should, why do you expect us to? And I've seen a lot of people, like, you know, really bash us as a community, like, y'all don't want to support me, like, this town doesn't support us, blah, blah, blah. And I think opposite. I think Waco has really, really supported the public affair. You know what I mean? So there's a disconnect for me. Yeah. Like, what are y'all talking about? Because people love this show, and I'm in.
I don't see it, right? I don't see where you're talking.
I don't see it.
Well, so what you just said about becoming an LLC, that's why we need to be working together.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is about building wealth.
Yeah.
This is providing entertainment, doing the good work, having good coffee, having good food, all that. But really, it's about building wealth. Yeah. What we have is a community. Let's talk about the Hispanic community. Works hard. A lot of people that are doing fantastic things.
Right.
But don't necessarily have the accumulated wealth.
Okay.
So how do you do that? Well, you work within the system.
Yeah,
there are things that can help you, you know, from how you buy things or what you buy. You know, you don't buy things that don't have any value. You buy things that are going to be that appreciate homes, property, all that. And a lot of people do it. So there are all kinds of. You can't talk about the Hispanic community like I was going to use the word monolith, but like a singular. Okay. It's just like me representing every Hispanic. If I'm on a board, I'm representing the Hispanic community. I don't represent the Hispanic community. Right. I do my very best to be a representative of the community I am, but that's not how it works. Everybody is, you know, that one that they are. So we just keep, we get more people in the room, more folks making those decisions. Yeah.
But, you know, I have to say that when it does come to supporting locals, I think that you're very good at that. Because every time I see you on social media, you and your hot wife, like, you guys are everywhere, like local, the farmer's market, you're at the Lalos, you're at these new places. That makes me want to go try them.
You need to. And that's the idea, right? Yeah. But because, and it's work, right? You said you tag.
Yes.
Public. It's work. Okay.
It works, yeah.
But I love it. So this job, again, prior to this, I was working, selling, and servicing equipment, and loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people.
Right.
It was a great 36 years of things,
right?
But it did get me to the chamber. Now at the chamber, this is what I do all the time,
right?
And 24 hours. I mean, this is what I'm thinking about. Rachel's like, can we talk about something
else?
Like, no, this is all. It's all connected because what we're doing is being a part of all the cool stuff. What you're doing, what's happening around here, and we have a platform. We've got a long history. We have. Newsletter, we have marketing, we have presence on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. So we have a responsibility to be promoting this local community. Not that we don't like to travel. We don't want the big companies to come to town. They need to be here.
Yeah.
But our local businesses, they provide the real tax base for the community. During the pandemic, you saw that really quickly. I mean, that there are people that were going out of business, so they're not buying vehicles, buying homes. They're not eating at the grocery. They're not eating out. So those tax dollars come back into the community. People aren't spending it. People don't have jobs. It's a big deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely crazy. Okay, Alfred. So we're talking about supporting local businesses and such. And before I wrap up, what is your role to help grow a local business in town?
Right. Hey.
Like, what do you do to do that besides posting it on Facebook or eating at their establishment? What do you do in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that really, that could help them? Or what resources do you provide for maybe even some of my sponsors that are listening that would like more, promo and stuff, or any local business that's watching this show?
Yep.
What can you provide for them with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that's going to help them blossom?
Yeah. It's networking. One thing you say about chambers is we care about networking. Networking is marketing. Networking is the social media is part of the networking.
Yeah.
Having in-person events when we get to do it again, right? Man, I'm looking for the day.
Listen, I'd be doing them all the time. Whatever. I don't care. Okay.
No, we want to be careful. So having people in.
We have to set an example. Whatever. I don't set examples. Okay, I'm crossing my legs for this.
Having people in the room together and making those introductions, but as well. listening to people, understand where they are.
Right.
I hope you and I are going to talk about SBDC and how to maybe the formation of business, because it's important, man. It's not a thing you'll do later. The sooner you do it, the more impactful it is for your future. Okay?
Got you.
But time is the one thing you can't. If you waste it, you don't have it.
You don't get it back. Yeah.
So, but we have tons of relationships with other chambers. So people have programming. We had a contractors event last weekend, or last Friday, with the African American Chamber and Startup Waco. So people come in from Baylor, Caterpillar, and talk about how they can Airmark that supports Baylor. So talk about how local businesses can get to be a part of those big businesses and do work for them so that they can grow and they can provide diversity of businesses of service providers for these companies. Because if they don't, then these companies have to use one company, and then they don't have options, and then the bigger the companies start running them. So it's having these local businesses that are supporting the local economy to be part of this growing economy.
Listen, I already decided that since I have this really lit podcast, which I'm very blessed to have, I can't be working for anybody after this. If my full-time job doesn't work out, I can't work for anybody anymore. That's it. I have to work for myself. And we talked about strip club earlier. I would love to start my own cabaret. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be really cool? Like me owning a cabaret, not some greasy old sweaty man. You know what I mean? Everybody would want to come work. Oh God, I'd put you guys out of business. It would be great, wouldn't it? Not men's cabaret. I don't like male strips. I don't. I know that's so terrible with me, but I like women. Gentlemen, very classy. No, we can do that here, right? The city's growing. Right next to the Chinese place. Stop this, all right? You're gonna help me do that?
No. So,
Alfred, excuse me. Come on, it's part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Let's do this, man. If you branch on that,
okay, we're gonna branch it.
That'll be
right.
Fun.
That would be great. Yeah, Mike's in for it. Yeah, I want my own cabaret. We're gonna call it Andres's. Okay, we talked about Andres. Yeah, during the break. Yeah, no, it's gonna be called Andres's, and it's gonna be really sophisticated. And we're gonna have champagne and girls. It's gonna be great.
Good luck.
Yeah. No, it's going to work out because
good
it's
luck.
me. Listen, you're supposed to help me build that. We just talked about supporting each other. You don't want to support me.
Let's do this. Let's do this right here, right now.
Let's start with the public affair. Yeah. And then I want you to help me build the cabaret. Okay? Andres's.
One thing at a time.
Why is he doing that? Why you got to do me on my own? Don't read me for Phil on my own show, Alfred, okay? I'm going to start my own cabaret and it's going to blow everybody out the water. You mark my words, all right? It's going to be lit. Yeah, we're going to have a dress code, everything. It's going to be great. And DJs. DJ Monster, what's up? Okay, so anyway.
Love the visionary.
It's going to be great. I just thought about it. It would be so awesome. You know what I mean? Because people who own, I love strip clubs. People who own strip clubs are usually greasy, old, sweaty men that, I'm not a greasy, old, sweaty man. I'm very professional and I'm very good looking. The girls will be like, I want to work for you. You're so fabulous. Like, yeah, come on, get to work. You know what I mean? It'll be great. We'll have hors d'oeuvres. We'll have sushi. If y'all are in, let me know and I'm going to do it. Okay. Hey. Okay. So I really appreciate. Why are you laughing? I can have a vision if I want to. Okay, Alfred.
I am not here to squash your dreams. Do it. Go.
But the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce want to help me. It's not. But that's the thing. See, I think. Okay. Go. Here's where we're misconcepting.
Go, man.
Because these strip clubs, there's probably some things that they have no business doing that's going on. At the cabaret, it's not going to be like that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's going to be very classy. And we're not going to have private rooms. Sorry. Where everything's going to be just fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Let's see the business plan. There.
All right. It was just an idea. Okay. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Listen, okay, if you guys are going to shit on my dreams. No, it wasn't my dream. I really just thought it up right now. But it would be great. Listen, if I owned the cabaret, that shit would be lit. All right. I don't want to hear it. Whatever. Anyway, right next to we have to build Happy Walk too. Y'all build them another location in Hewitt. Happy Walk? Do you love Happy Walk?
It's good. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's good.
Anyway, I'm not gonna fight you on the show. Okay, so Alfred. Okay, you know what?
I've only been there once. Okay,
it's the best. It's the best Chinese in town.
Okay,
no shade to any of the other Chineses, but Mei Ling over there, Happy Walk is the goat. So, I think you gave a lot of insightful information about supporting the local businesses and what they can do to reach out for you guys. To help grow and everything. It was very insightful. So I really appreciate it. I hope people take am I missing something from there? Was there anything else that you wanted to touch base on as far as that?
No, man. So I've watched your some of the other episodes, and you've had much better guests than me. But thanks for letting me be on here.
This is different. This is different. And this is the beauty of this show, and I want everybody to know because now that I'm announcing guests, this is the 46th episode of the Public Affair.
Awesome,
okay,
Congrats.
Thank you. And part of the reason one of the things that I wanted to do on the show was have a different type of person every episode. Now, I've had a number of realtors, I've had a number of barbers, I've had, hair salon and blah, blah, blah. But with you, I was like, this will be different because I feel like it's not more professional. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I'm older.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm older.
Yeah, and so you're not to throw your age out there, but you're a lot older than me. And so you are the president of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and a lot of local businesses watch this show.
Yeah.
And a lot of local businesses sponsor this show.
Yep.
And so
Saw that. Yeah.
and so which thank God. And so this was different. Yes, it was different from the other episodes and whatever. But I think that episodes like this are important. You know what I mean? I think to talk about things like this is important.
Well,
and
appreciate it. Yeah, there's local businesses are key to. You're a prime example of why a local business matters.
Yeah,
you're a prime example. You would not be. You read all. How many did you have? How many do you have now?
This is 46.
But how many sponsors for this particular show?
Oh, God. Okay, so for this particular episode, and it's been more than this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for this episode.
Yeah.
And I've had at least 15 to 20 in the time.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
So those are 10. Yeah, and they're 10 in this particular episode. 10 businesses that you're supporting.
Yeah.
Right. You're really putting their name out there where people can say, hey, and their picture. I mean, on the video comes up too. I think that's outstanding, and they're going to get some play on this for as long as your episode. And they live on the world forever, right? Your episodes live out. So this will be. Sorry, guys. I mean, there's some better ones you could have spawned. Maybe Andrew will give you a discount on the next one.
No, but that's what I tell them too. Because honestly, I started getting sponsors on the third episode. I talked to you about Israel Salazar, who was actually on the show as well, and I think it's been a great. One sponsor even told me that he's ready to quit his job to do it full time because I've pushed the business that far. Really? And I don't ever know how good it's doing for them. I mean, most of them have stuck around for a long time, so surely it must be working. It must be working, yeah. But I do the best I can for what they do for me.
Well, they want to be associated with you because you're so energetic and you're doing things from your heart. See, what you're doing is it's not for everybody. Like, I couldn't do what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. It'd be the most boring. Be like 2 episodes. That's enough. Maybe people need more of that. Alfred. Haven't put it back in the back room. Or something.
Right.
But so what you're doing is you, and it's beautiful. Keep doing it, and we still owe each other a trip to. Temple to go to the
Chinese buffet because you said you were going to take me there.
Dynasty, yeah.
You have not took me. What's up?
Well, dude, pandemic's up. Yeah.
Okay. I really, really appreciate you and your insightful information. And it's been really great having you on the show. I know that it was very different. I know we took a different direction on this episode, but I felt like it was important. And I'm so sorry that Jonathan couldn't be here. Yeah. But, next time we got Jonathan coming. So outside of Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, why don't we get to know Alfred just for a little bit longer before we wrap up? What does Alfred outside of Hispanic Chamber of Commerce do? Like, what do you like? What do you like to do?
My favorite drink is Shiner beer.
Shiner beer.
I drink as much Shiner beer as I possibly can.
Really?
Yeah, I love Shiner.
In your jacuzzi or
love to play? No, not the jacuzzi.
What?
On the golf course. On the golf course.
Yeah, man,
okay.
Yeah, we got Top Golf now.
Golf. I haven't been yet. I think we're going next Tuesday. We haven't made it yet, but let them work the kinks out, right? And it's crowded, right? So the night we were going to go is raining, and I've played in the rain before. It's not that much fun, but we talk about going around and eating. That's my hobby, man.
Oh, yeah.
Eating.
Yeah, you guys always look like you're eating some good food. Love it.
So much. Man.
So you're a foodie, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel's a chef, so Rachel cooks a lot. Oh. She will cook, but during her training, right, she gets to where she's eating the same thing all day
like
long.
Wheatgrass and twigs.
Like oatmeal and egg whites.
Oh, shit. Come on, Rachel, girl. Where's my ham? Yeah, come on.
Spinach,
yeah.
I mean, she'll cook anything I ask for. But there's so much good stuff to eat. And right now, it's important to go support our local businesses.
Right.
If you've been stuck at home and you haven't been able to drive and you got a little bit extra money, spend it with these people who they're supporting this community. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
A dollar just keeps moving around in our local community when we do it here. We send it to some other place. It doesn't necessarily get back into our pockets. Yeah.
No, I'm so for it. And you know what? Before we go, so you're not going to support the cabaret, which is just fine. I'll do that myself. Yeah. But you know what? My producer and I and his colleague Aaron. No, it's not about cabarets. Listen, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to ask you guys to. They want to host a singles event and they want me to host it. Okay. Yeah. And they want to do it here, and it's where they date. It's like a dating show type thing. Yeah. Will the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce help me sponsor them?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You bet.
So you guys will do that, but not the cabaret. All right, bet. We got it. Yeah. I told you I'd ask. Yeah. Okay, coming soon, guys.
And that's going to be on the air too, right? That's
yeah. Well, I think we're gonna We're gonna record it and stuff.
So we'll do. Can
right.
we do like a ribbon cutting here and all that stuff?
You know what? We'll get with my he's giving the thumbs up. But they want me to host a singles day because I can't get a man to save my life. Yeah. But so who better to give relationship advice than me? So, but I think we're gonna make it. We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk. No, we're gonna talk about it because I do want to do it. I'm down to host anything you guys ask me. I don't know if I can say it just yet, but they asked me. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce asked me. Jonathan specifically asked me to host an event coming up to MC it. I said absolutely. And so
you'll be great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm in. Of course. Yeah. No. Anytime you guys need me to do any type of work, you just call me. Alfred, thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair. I really appreciate you having on. I think that a lot of the local businesses and such that are watching this episode are really going to take a lot from it. Yes. So is there any way that they can contact you in case they need any more inquiring or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, man. Our website, it's real simple. It's Waco Hispanic Chamber. .com.
Okay.
Phone numbers are on there. My cell phone's on my contact information.
Right. And Alfred's great to talk to, guys. He doesn't have a stick up his ass. You guys can ask him any question that you want. He's great. He's a great guy. I appreciate how vibrant and great you are. Thank you again for being a part of my show. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, thank you.
Yeah. Did I leave anything out, or what's next for you? What's going on here?
More Zoom today.
More Zoom?
No, I'll get a couple of meetings today. Yeah, man. Things are good. We're breaking out, right? We're like getting vaccinated, and we're going to.
I feel like we're getting a bit of sense of normalcy now.
Right.
Yeah. Some restaurants are almost at 100% and stuff like that, or. Yeah. Not 100%, but like what 70? What's the? I don't even know. I'm not keeping up.
I think they can. I don't know what the number is either, but I think right now people are being smart. They're wearing a mask and doing the things and getting vaccinated, and hopefully people will continue to do that, and we'll just be back to normal after a while, and we'll have you doing MC and all kinds of things. Yes, I appreciate you having me on here and your continued success.
Yeah, thank you.
You deserve it, and
thank you.
We're here to support, not a cabaret. But
we're not going to do the cabaret. Yeah, but we're going to do the singles dating show.
Maybe you just come and say, I'm working. Here's my business plan. What do I need to do? With
it was just a thought.
Where's the capital? If you're looking for capital, we can kind of steer you in direction.
The cabaret is not going to happen. It was just a thought. Okay. But the Public Affair will continue for years to come. Hopefully,
That's a great name.
Andres' Cabaret? Or the Public Affair?
The Public Affair.
Okay. Do you know how I came up with the name? Should I tell you?
No. Tell me.
Okay. Okay, but you can't get mad. Okay, so did I talk about this? You know what? I have a scrapped episode. We need to find it. It's episode 0 before I even started the show. Yeah, it was episode 0.
It's the one everybody wants to see now.
Yeah,
you got to put that after 50.
It was like, I know. Well, I don't even think we have it anymore. It was like it was like a demo episode. You know what I mean? It was just me. Yeah. And so the Public Affair.
It's on a VCR tape somewhere.
It's in the files. Yeah. I don't know where it's at. I've been trying to look for it. Mike, we gotta look for it.
It's in the cloud.
Episode 0. Yeah, I gotta find it. Yeah, just to put it out. But anyway, okay, so the Public Affair, it's a play on words, okay? So I had this joke back in the day where I used to make fun of side pieces. You know side pieces, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, okay.
I like television.
Yeah. And so I used to make fun of side pieces, then to come find out I was a side piece for many years. And so I was like, oh shit, I got my face. You know what I mean? And so my thing was like, I've had affairs with a lot of people that I keep a secret, okay? Keep it between us. And so the Public Affair is me having different types of people on the show and us having an affair, not a literal affair, but like, like an affair, but in the public, you know what I mean? Like it's a play on words. Yeah. Like think about it, just really think about it. Yeah. And we keep it between us, but it's out there. So, but my side pieces or who I was side piece to loved me because I always kept it between us. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was just like to attract people and and then the majority of guests that I had on the show were men, and that's what I'm saying. I've talked about this on a different podcast.
That's deep, bro. That's deep.
Well, I have got some really great queens on the show too, but like some really great, strong, business-minded women. I love the women that I've had on the show, but there was like a handful of people that got it in the beginning. Like, oh, I see why you only have guys on the show. And then there was people who really ridiculed me, like, why you only got guys on the show? You know what I mean? So then I started inviting more women into, because again, for the people who got it, thank you. You know what I mean? and then the dudes that came on the show too, I really wanted to show people that, like, I wasn't like a stereotype. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I can have a conversation with any type of person, anybody, whatever. And like, even like a straight, masculine, hardcore guy. Yeah. And that's what I did. And so like, when people saw that, I think when some people saw it, they're like, oh, he's just regular. Because there's been people who were scared to come on the show because because of me, because they think think I'm really trying to sleep with them, and I'm really not. I'm really not. I just want to put like a really good episode out. And they can take the joke. I can tell gay jokes and they don't care. They brush it off, whatever. And so I don't know. That's a whole thing. But
it's all you, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you like the name. Yeah. But you know what? I was like almost 60 pounds heavier in that picture, so I gotta
get a retake.
We're doing it. Oh, I have this really great idea.
Hey, superimpose the current one in front of that one.
Yeah, well, right? Something. No, I have this really great idea. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet, but I am working on a new photo shoot. I'm brainstorming, looking for models right now. So if you guys are interested, I need 2 girls, 2 guys. Well, I got 1 girl. I need 1 girl, 2 guys. Because anyway, that's the whole thing. If you guys are interested, just slide in my DMs at SoyAndrewG or at The Public Affair on Instagram.
A little information.
Yeah. Okay, so no, thank you again for coming on. To all my viewers, thank you guys again so much. To all the local businesses and all the local sponsors that support the show, thank you guys so much. Before we go, I definitely want to give a shout out to a couple more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is also brought to you by Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have open play on Friday nights, which is getting more and more lit as the weeks go by. I love seeing how busy that they're getting. So shout out to you guys. They also specialize in soccer training for your children or, for anybody. And they have fitness training with Dominic Gutierrez, Isaac, and London Carrillo. I'm losing tons of weight and I feel great. Thank you so much, Soko Soccer Academy. And of course, the Fat Boy Michelada and Botana with my boy Junior Banda. He provides the best micheladas and botana plates for yourself or for a party. He's locally operated. Make sure you get the best and not the rest. He's also got he's got different types of things that he's selling now too. So make sure you guys check out his Facebook page at Fat Boy Michelada and Botana and check it out. And Junior is going places. I think he's getting a truck. Oh, I can't wait. He's going to be mobile. Yeah. So big shout out to you. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Again, to everybody who watches and everybody who watched this episode, I hope you guys were able to take something from it. Thank you guys again for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share The Public Affair on social media. Follow me on social media at The Public Affair on Instagram and Facebook. And Alfred, thank you again so much for coming on to the show. Andrew. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. That's it. That's it.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.